Hey everybody, it's Jordan here with Major Hi-Fi, back with another review. Today we've got a really special one from Hifiman. It's the brand new Susvara Unveiled, and I cannot wait to break it down for you. But first, if you like what you see on this channel, make sure to like and subscribe down below. That's how you're going to get more videos just like this right into your feed, and it helps us out too. So every audiophile has some sort of entry point into the hobby where they listen to a device or a headphone or an amplifier, whatever it may be, and it just changes the game for them. And for a lot of people, including me, it was the original Hifiman Susvara. Just the top of the line, platinum experience you can get in audio. And it's really exciting now that Hifiman's iterated on that and come out with the unveiled version of the Hifiman Susvara. And that's what we're going to review today. So today we're going to see if this new unveiled version lives up to the original Susvara's legacy. At $8,000, it's asking more than the original Susvara, so does it earn that extra price tag? And how does it sound? All of that coming right up. In the box, you get the headphones, a 3-meter 4-pin XLR headphone cable, a 3-meter headphone cable that's got a 6.35 millimeter plug, a pair of magnetic veils, a pair of ear pads which are mounted on the headphone, and an owner's guide. The Susvara Unveiled epitomizes luxury and durability. Designed for longevity, it features a solid metal headband and fine leather ear cups, and this will ensure just great comfort during long listening sessions and that this is going to last you a long time. I was able to wear these headphones for long periods of time, hours at a time, without feeling any discomfort or fatigue. They're lightweight, the ear pads are comfortable, the headband is comfortable. It's exactly what you'd want from a premium headphone experience. And like I'm going to say later on, and not to spoil anything, but it almost feels like the idea of this headphone is to make it feel like you're not wearing headphones. And that comes through on the build and the lightweight design. I should also mention the magnetic veils and the driver design. So you've got these magnetic veils here that protect the actually exposed drivers. You're not going to want to listen with these on. They will muffle the sound, but when they're opened up, you get this exposed driver design, which I think looks both futuristic and sophisticated. Overall, I think the build of the headphone is top-notch. Now, given the price tag of this headphone, you're going to get cutting-edge design features all over the place. We just talked about the magnetic veils and the open grills, but central to its design is the nanometer thickness diaphragm. The low mass of the diaphragm ensures rapid response times, so you're getting really precise hits. The driver's just moving extremely fast, which is making for really clear audio, really accurate audio. This feature is important for complex or crowded musical passages, making sure you get every nuance of the music. Another key feature in the design are the stealth magnets that are employed. These acoustically transparent magnets minimize interference with the sound waves emanating from the diaphragm, preserving audio signal integrity and making for a cleaner and more natural sound. The unique driver architecture also boosts efficiency and performance. Conductors on the diaphragm are arranged to provide powerful performance with minimal distortion. This arrangement allows the Susvara Unveiled to provide more sound with less power. Finally, the ear pads, made from a combination of polyester and protein leather, balance softness with durability. But it's their asymmetrical shape that helps foster better isolation and, again, just a more thoughtful approach to how the sound is delivered to your ears. Basically, what I'm trying to say here with the ear pads is that even with the open grills and the ear pad design, every part of the build is part of the design too. So you're getting good looks, but the build is also enforcing the sound production of the headphone. It's almost like every part of the headphone has two jobs: to look good and to sound good. Now, getting into the sound impressions, the Susvara Unveiled retains a lot of the same characteristics of the original Susvara, but it's more refined and making incremental improvements that just improve the sound just that much more. And I should mention that most of my listening impressions were done with the Enlium HPA23RM amplifier. Now, getting into the low end, I found it to be both impactful but well controlled at the same time. Listening to 15 Step by Radiohead, I was able to get some rumble, some aggressive bass hits, without it ever feeling like too much. It's not exactly a bass heads experience, it's just a high quality bass presentation that is going to sound natural and exactly like how it is intended to sound by the musicians. Yes, you get that low end tactile feeling, but you're not getting it in a way that clouds over the rest of the frequency response. It's just in its pocket where it belongs, and it just sounds exactly like it's supposed to sound. I think the word I would use to describe the bass response is cohesive. It matches the rest of the frequency response really well, and it complements the rest of the sound signature really well. Now, getting into the mid-range, I have to admit this might be my favorite part of the headphone. It's not bloated or bloomy in any way, but it has this warm, rich texture to it. And I think texture is exactly the key to the mid-range here. You've got plenty of room for nuance and detail from the mid-range to flourish. Whether it's creamy vocals like on Sturgill Simpson's new Johnny Blue Skies project, or distortion that comes out crunchy. Altogether, the mid-range is, again, just really coherent and brings everything together really nicely. It's just able to do it all at the same time. Now, the treble complements the whole thing together. It may not be the star of the show, but it's so smooth but detailed at the same time. You're getting your percussive hits from cymbals and all that type of stuff, but it's never sibilant. It's just smooth. So I listened to Clairo's new album, and that's a coolly mixed album, but the Susvara Unveiled is able to present it as rich and lush while still maintaining that cool sensibility. It's doing a lot of things at one time, just like the rest of the frequency response. It's just less noticeable because that mid-range is so much the star of the show. But honestly, it's almost like in football with an offensive lineman, they say the best offensive lineman is one you never hear about because they're not making any mistakes. And that's kind of how the high end is on the Susvara Unveiled. It's hidden by the fact that it's so good. You just don't notice it ever slipping up. And then finally, the soundstage is, again, really impressive. It was one of the most notable things about the original Susvara, and the unveiled version is no slouch either. It creates this 360 palette around you that is so engulfing. It's almost like you're in the room with the musicians. Not in the studio, but like actually in a live room with the musicians. There's just plenty of room in the soundstage for sound to kind of move over to and fill the spaces of, but also leave empty. That just feels really natural and, again, very roomy. It's really impressive how they were able to make such a natural sounding soundstage. So all told, like I said, it feels like the main goal of the Susvara Unveiled is to be a headphone that feels like you're not wearing a headphone. Whether it's the comfort or the sound quality or the design, everything is intended to make you feel like you're listening to music in a room, not in headphones. So the space, the frequency response, the lightness, the comfort, it all works together to create this feeling like you're listening to an absence of headphones, which I find really impressive. I think a lot of headphones try to do that, but don't succeed to the extent that the Susvara Unveiled does. And part of that is just the fact that Hifiman has used pretty much all of their production techniques to accomplish this sound. So yeah, it is a very steep price tag, but it's worth it because it's all coming together to create this really, really impressive sounding and feeling and looking headphone. And with that, I'm going to actually give the Susvara Unveiled Major Hi-Fi Gold. That's how much I liked it. So if you're looking for a top-of-the-line headphone or you want to save up for something special, this is definitely the headphone to beat. It's, again, really impressively designed. It looks good. It feels good. It sounds good. And I couldn't recommend giving it a try any more than I already am. So that just about does it for this video on Major Hi-Fi. Again, I'm Jordan, and again, like and subscribe if you liked what you saw here today. It helps the channel, and it'll help you get more videos like this straight to your feed. We'll see you next time.